All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Jason Penny. I'm the Public Information Officer for Tampa Fire Rescue. Thanks for coming out. We're proud to introduce the rollout of our FAST team, which stands for First Assessment Stabilization Team, Paramedics on Bikes. And with me today, that'll be speaking, is Tampa Fire Rescue Special Operations Chief Brian Riley, TPD Bicycle Response Unit Sgt Colin McCoy, the Executive Director of the Gasparilla Distance Classic Association, Ms. Sgt Harmelin, and we'll also have Mayor Buckhorn, who will say a few words as well. So let's get it moving. Chief Riley, Tampa Fire Rescue Special Operations Chief.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here in front of you today. I really appreciate you guys coming out, spending some time with us as we roll out our FAST team. We recognize the commitment of the Honorable Mayor Buckhorn to public safety and his initiatives to public and private partnerships. So with that, when we were approached from TPD with the concept of joining them on bike patrols, we really worked hard to come up with a way to make that happen without impacting the citizens of Tampa in their on the tax base or just the money flow. We were able to come up with some funds that had been donated through the Gasparilla Classic, and it bought most of the equipment that you see here in front of us after Tampa Police Department donated the bikes. Our team will grow over time. Our goal is to have a total of 10 bikes with 30 riders assigned to them, and we will be patrolling with TPD on some of their community patrols, as well as doing special events such as parades and park events, art shows, and those sorts of things. After which I'll be available for specific questions, but now I'll bring up Sergeant McCoy, who'll talk about the TPD side of it.
Morning, my name is Colin McCoy. I'm the Sergeant of the Bicycle Unit with the Tampa Police Department. Mayor Buckhorn was essential in getting the bike unit formed for the Tampa Police Department. We started in 2015, and as Mayor Buckhorn has facilitated the growth of downtown Tampa, we see with so many more residents coming in and businesses, the bikes have proved essential in terms of interacting with citizens, interacting with business members, because the bikes can just get places that vehicles can't, and we can get there faster than someone on foot can. So with all the events that we have in the city, I thought it would be useful to involve EMS on the bikes, especially events like Gasparilla, where it's hard to get across large parade crossings where you have the floats running and pedestrian traffic. So I've seen it used in other agencies. I've seen it used in other places in the country, and it's a successful endeavor. So we thought it would be useful here. I approached Tampa Fire with it, and Chief Riley and Lieutenant Bradford have been essential in making it all happen. We were able to use bikes out of our inventory, and Tampa Fire has equipped the bikes. We helped them with getting the bags for it, but the equipment is all theirs because they know what they need when they're triaging a patient. They've already deployed with us for several events. Specifically during the Children's Parade, we saw they were very useful in getting to several events before one of the fire rescue carts or a vehicle could have got there. So, so far it's been really successful, and we look forward to seeing the growth in the future.
Thank you, Sergeant McCoy. Next, I'd like to introduce the Executive Director of the Gasparilla Distance Classic Association, Ms. Sgt Harmelin.
Thank you. Well, first of all, the Publix Gasparilla Distance Classic Race Weekend, which is coming up in 3 weeks with over 30,000 runners, would not exist without the support of the City of Tampa. The bike patrol from the police department has been with us for the last, I believe, 3 years, if I'm not mistaken, out patrolling and keeping an eye on things. Tampa Fire Rescue has been with us all along since 1978. In my tenure as race director, that's 24 years, they've saved 2 lives, literally saved 2 lives on the course. Having them on bikes and having the ability to navigate more quickly, get to certain locations of the course where they're needed more quickly, and have the equipment that they need to triage whatever it is that's happening, from a skint knee to a potential heart problem, is just an incredible, gives us an incredible amount of security to know that they're there, and we're thrilled that we were able to be a part of helping them to obtain the equipment, a financial part. We have started giving a donation to the Tampa Fire Department of $5,000 a year, and we're hoping that this money will continue to go towards making them a better unit than they already are. Thank you.
Now I'm pleased to introduce Tampa's Mayor, the Honorable Bob Buckhorn.
One of the indications that this city has really changed and morphed into an entirely different urban environment has been the success of our downtown. I mean, if you look at the increase in residential development, you look at the completion of the Riverwalk, you look at the activation of all the parks downtown, there was absolutely a need for our officers to not only have a 24/7 presence, but I think, as we have seen and demonstrated during the Republican National Convention, the use of officers on bikes can be a very, very effective tool in policing in the urban environments. So when we set up the bike unit, it was largely in reaction to the success of what has occurred in downtown Tampa. And the natural extension of that was to extend it to Tampa Fire Rescue and to deploy paramedics in the upwards of 1,000 special events that we do in this city every year. And we probably have multiplied the number of special events that we do probably 3 or 4-fold since I've been the mayor, and that was part of a larger strategy to bring people downtown. Now, TPD also uses these bikes in other neighborhoods around the city, and you heard from Sgt McCoy how effective they are at getting into places that officers and vehicles can't get. But to know that the paramedics are now able to be side by side and complementary to the TPD units in some of these major events is a huge, huge help for us. Our city has been activated. Our city is alive. We are programming these parks. We want to program more, but having officers on bikes has been, I think, one of the best things that we have done in terms of deterring crime. We couldn't have done it without Susan Harmelin and the Gasparilla Distance Classic. It's been a great benefit to our officers. They've all dropped about 20. They are healthier, they are fitter, they love riding these bikes, and they are very, very effective at it. And to now know that Tampa Fire Rescue and these amazing paramedics will be able to deploy quickly in large crowd situations like we have coming up this weekend, like we have at the Gasparilla Distance Classic, like we have virtually every weekend somewhere in Tampa, but particularly in downtown, really gives us the ability to deploy quickly, to react efficiently, to have enough equipment on the bikes that we can triage people and treat them before they are transported. It really makes a lot of sense. It was one of the better things that we have done, and I hope to expand these units in a more significant way moving forward. So this is exciting news. I want you guys to come and pick up one of these paramedic bikes and feel how heavy they are with all of that equipment on there. It takes a lot of dexterity, a lot of physical strength, a lot of endurance to be able to ride these bikes and perform their jobs as well as they do. So good day for Tampa, good day for TPD and Tampa Fire Rescue, and now let's go get her done.